morning. You're listening to Senior Scene on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV. I'm Joshua Killian, social media producer for the Anne Arundel County Department of Age and Disabilities, and today my guest is Jim Krempel, Community Outreach Coordinator for the Anne Arundel County Office of Emergency Management. Welcome back to Senior Scene, Jim.
Thank you for inviting me back, Josh.
And Jim, this October is the 100th anniversary of National Fire Prevention Month, which is always a good time to review the basics, especially as we approach the holiday season. Is fire prevention considered to be a part of emergency preparedness?
Well, unfortunately, fires are one of our most common emergencies. Our fire department responds to at least one structure fire a day. The Office of Emergency Management gets involved when fire displaces people from their homes, especially a larger dwelling like an apartment or condominium, and additional resources are needed. So fire prevention is indeed an important part of emergency preparedness for both individuals and families. Fortunately, with knowledge and common sense, most home fires are preventable, and being prepared for a fire may save a life.
And can you tell us more about what the most common cause of house fires is?
Sure. According to the National Safety Council, cooking and heating are the leading causes of home fires and fire injuries, and the winter months are the peak time for fire-related deaths. So in cooking, make fire safety a priority by keeping some tips in mind. First, be alert. If you're sleeping or have consumed alcohol, don't use an oven or a stovetop. Stay in the kitchen while you're frying, grilling, boiling, or broiling food. Check the food regularly and use a timer. Keep anything that can catch fire, especially loose clothing, away from your stovetop. If you must leave, even for a short time, turn off the stove. Heating is the second leading cause of home fires. Follow these tips from the American Red Cross. First, keep all flammables like paper, clothing, bedding, drapes, or rugs at least 3 feet from a space heater, stove, or a fireplace. Never leave portable heaters and fireplaces unattended. Turn off heaters and make sure fireplace embers are extinguished before leaving the room. If you must use a space heater, place it on a level, non-flammable surface like ceramic tile, not on a rug or carpet. And keep children and pets away from space heaters. Other top causes of fire in the home include smoking, electrical problem, and candles.
And how can we be alerted to a fire, even if we're asleep?
Well, working smoke alarms are a must to provide early warning. About 3/4 of the fire deaths happen in homes without working smoke alarms, mostly while people are asleep. So the National Fire Protection Association recommends you install smoke alarms in every level of your home, inside bedrooms and outside sleeping areas, on the ceiling or high up on the wall. Keep smoke alarms away from the kitchen, at least 10 feet from the stove to reduce false alarms. You can use special alarms with strobe lights or even a bed shaker for people who are hard of hearing or deaf. Make sure you test your smoke alarms monthly. Maryland law now requires all homeowners to install a 10-year lithium battery. That's tamper-resistant smoke alarms with silence and hush features so they can test it in their homes. And replace smoke alarms that are 10 or more years old.
And what should we do if a smoke detector alarm sounds?
Well, once the smoke alarm sounds, a fire can spread very quickly, leaving only a minute or two to escape. That's why it's so important to have a home escape plan. Start by drawing a map for your home and follow these guidelines from the National Fire Prevention Association. Plan 2 ways to escape from each room. Have a clear path to the exits. Make sure all doors and windows leading out open easily. Identify secondary routes, such as a window into the adjacent roof or a collapsible ladder from the second floor window. If you live in a multi-story building, plan to use the stairs, never use the elevator. And designate an outside meeting place, a safe distance from the house for all family members to gather.
If we create a fire escape plan, how do we test it?
Well, everyone, including children, need to know your family escape plan. Practice your fire drill with everyone in the house, both at night and during the day, at least twice a year. Remember to practice skating out with eyes closed, crawling low to the floor, and keeping your mouth covered, simulating smoky conditions. Practice testing door handles to see if they're hot before opening them. Practice closing doors behind you. Practice how to stop, drop, and roll if your clothes catch fire. Teach children never to hide and how to escape on their own to your safe meeting place in case you're not there to help them. And make sure everyone knows how to dial 911.
And should someone try to use a fire extinguisher?
Well, always put your safety first. Getting everyone out of the house and calling 911 should be the top priorities. If you've practiced and are confident in your ability to use a working fire extinguisher, The American Red Cross cautions you evaluate the situations to ensure that everyone has left or is leaving home. The fire department has already been called. The fire is small, it's not spreading, and there's not much smoke, and your back is to a clear exit that you can use quickly. Remember the acronym PASS, P-A-S-S. Hold the pin, aim low at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle slowly, and then sweep the nozzle from side to side.
Well, Jim, I wanted to thank you so much for coming on to today's Senior Scene and helping us prepare for fire emergencies as part of Fire Prevention Month. Do you have any final recommendations?
Well, it's my pleasure as always, Josh. Thank you. This year's theme for the 100th anniversary of Fire Prevention Month is Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape, as we talked about. With proper preparedness, you can help keep your family safe from fire. Remember, 2 easy steps you can take are testing the smoke alarms in your house and creating and practicing a fire escape plan. For more information on fire safety, visit the Anne Arundel County Fire Department website. For more information on preparing for any emergency, visit the Office of Emergency Management website at www.aacounty.org/OEM. Or you can call us at 410-222-0600 or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Nextdoor, and YouTube.
If you have any questions about any of our programs or services, you can always call the Department of Aging and Disabilities at 410-222-4257, or you can visit us online. Please remember to follow us on Facebook at Arundel Seniors. And this has been Joshua Killian, social media producer with the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging and Disabilities, and you're listening to Senior Scene on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV.